Is that part 2 or part 3? I think it's part 2. Might, no, 21. It's part 3. Part 3. Everything else is up into like the 500 and 600 range that was comparable, 28, 30 gallon compressor. And that's what I was in the market for, was, something around 30 gallons that wouldn't be too terribly hard to move or sling in and out of the back of a pickup truck. There's no way I could pick it up now and sling it in and out the back of the truck, but maybe a ramp or something. And he had it for $350. So he didn't need it anymore, just in his way, and he's ready to get rid of it. And so I messaged him and I said, hey man, I said, I'm in St. Augustine, it's going to take me a while to get there, but I definitely want the compressor, and I'm good with the price. And he said, cool, come get it. So I told him, I said, give me like half an hour, and I'll get in my truck and I'll be on the road. And he messaged me back like 5 minutes. No, he messaged me back right after I had gotten in my truck and had pulled off the property. I hadn't left my neighborhood yet. He messaged me back and he said, hey man, he said, I haven't used this thing in like 3-4 months, and it did run perfectly, but now I can't get it started. He said, so, I don't know if you still want to come look at it. I said, well, I said, I can work on, small engines. I said, I know how to do all that. I said, so, will you take maybe $250 for it? Knock off $100 since it don't run? I said, because, I want it, I need it, but now I got to work on it, and I got to come a long way, And that's natural, something doesn't work, you immediately want to get the price down. I get a lot of that from people trying to get, that are messaging me about stuff I got for sale. Well, there's this, and this. Will you go lower on the price? But he said, well, how about this? He said, I got this little old generator from the 60s. He said, it's not that big. He said, it's got 2 sockets. He said, but it's a workhorse, man. He said, it works, flawlessly. He said, you give me the 350, or no, he said, give me 300, and I'll give you the generator and the compressor. I said, bet. I said, I'm on my way. Because I could use a generator too, because that again would give me the power, the use of electrical tools out in the field without being close to the house or having to go and lay out hundreds of dollars on a expensive inverter, for my truck. So I went ahead and went out there and I picked it up and I brought it home. And it turned out that it just had, trash built up in the carburetor and in the fuel line. The fuel line was all gummed up, barely any gas was getting through to the carb. And, there was trash in the carb, because when I got it home, first thing I did is sprayed, and tried to start it, of course, wouldn't fire. Got it home, I sprayed some gum out carburetor cleaner in there, and then I hit it with some ether, some starting fluid. And it fired right up, first pull, and ran for a couple of seconds on that ether. And, I was like, score. I just got this, 30-gallon horizontal gas-powered air compressor and a beast of a little generator for $300. And now I've got both of those posted online on Marketplace, and it will hurt dearly to sell both of those, because I know beyond the shadow of a doubt that not only will I be able to make money with those tools as like a traveling handyman, which is the kind of thing I used to do after my wife left to help supplement my income. But I'm gonna need them around here, you know, and there ain't no $300 30-gallon air compressor gas generator deals on Marketplace anymore. You know, that 30-gallon air compressor, I mean, I posted that thing for $200, and I've had a bunch of messages on it, but it's the same thing. It's like I'm cursed with trade offers. I got everybody and their brother wanting to trade me for it, or you know, I got people hitting me for you know, trying to get the price down because they've got to come from so far away. I drove, what was it, 250 miles, 200 miles to buy a pickup truck once, and I didn't ask about lowering the price at all. If I want something, I don't try to factor in how far away it is. If I want that thing and I need that thing and I can't find it closer, I'm going to go get it if I can, and I'm not going to haggle on the price because I need that. Just the way it is today, though. But yeah, it's going to hurt a lot to sell those tools, and I haven't had any luck yet. You know, I trade offers, lowball offers, and I get a couple of guys now and again. Well, I'll come look at it, you know. What's your address? And I'm really hesitant to bring people to the house that I don't know. I know a guy, we're not close, we've talked, you know, car talk mostly. But down the road from me, they had somebody come out and look at a lawnmower that he was selling years ago. Guy didn't buy the lawnmower, but 2 days later he came back with two friends at 2 o'clock in the morning to liberate the lawnmower and a few other things. The guy was looking, you know, around the property, wasn't even looking at the lawnmower half the time, just looking around to see what else there was he could steal. You know, so I'm really hesitant to bring someone that I don't know to my house, give someone that I don't know my address. You know, normally there's a Publix, you know, down the road one way, and then there's a Publix down the road the other way. And I would go meet people there when I would sell something. I can't go to the Publix now, but I can go down to the end of my road and, you know, just park on the side of the road and say, you know, meet me here. And I've had several hits on some of the stuff that I've got up for sale saying, well, yeah, I want to come look at it. I want to come get it. What's your address? And I tell them, well, you know, I don't like giving out my address. You know, I'm a little bit hesitant to do that. So, you know, there's this location here, this corner. Just meet me there. You know, I'll be in a big old dark blue super cab Ford F-250. Waiting on the side of the road. Just come meet me there. And then I get ghosted. You know, they don't even answer me back. I don't know if they think I'm trying to do something nefarious, but with, you know, one of y'all a few videos back said, Joe, if you didn't have bad luck, you wouldn't have any luck at all. I still stand by that as true facts. And with my luck, I would give somebody my address and something bad would come of it. So I don't give out my address. So, you know, I'm just hoping something shakes loose here in the next couple of weeks. Something breaks. And get that damned insurance back, you know. And I can get that U-card back, which I'm supposed to get that back as well. Things will be better. I'm still not going to explain the exact details as to how I can get my insurance back. Just because, you know, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. and every time I talk about stuff before it happens, it seems to fall through. So we'll get to that once I have my insurance back. But yeah, that's what's going on. So my folks will be out here in a little while. I've got my appointment in a little while. I'm gonna go upstairs and just put on a pair of jeans and get ready to go in. I will probably get back on here this afternoon and do another video and let y'all know what the doctor said. Hopefully it's not too bad.